Have you ever been in a situation where you feel close to someone, almost right there, yet no matter what you say, the connection never seems to go deeper? You talk, you listen, you compliment her, you do everything that should work, but something is missing. She hears you, but she doesn't feel. And that gap, that invisible distance, is what frustrates most people without them even realizing what. Most of the time, the problem isn't effort, it's approach. People focus too much on saying the right words and not enough on creating the right feeling. Compliments like you're beautiful or you look amazing or nice, but they're familiar. They've been said before. They don't interrupt her thought. They don't linger after the conversation ends. Connection doesn't come from impressing someone. It comes from making them feel something they don't usually feel. There's a reason a simple sentence can sometimes hit harder than a long speech. When words carry emotion instead of explanation, they land deep. When you express how someone affects you rather than describing how they look, you shift the entire dynamic. Think about that. When you say something that doesn't fully explain itself, her mind naturally leans in. Curiosity turns. She starts wondering what you meant, why you said it, and what she does to you without even trying. That curiosity is powerful because it makes her emotionally involved without pressure. And pressure is what kills attraction. When you calmly express that there's something about her you can't quite figure out, you're not complimenting her appearance, you're acknowledging her presence. You're saying she has an effect on you that goes beyond the surface. And when you don't rush to clarify or justify it, you leave space for imagination. Imagination always works harder than information. The key is restraint. You don't say it nervous. You don't rush to fill the silence after. You let the moment. But silence, when used intentionally. Another thing most people don't understand is that attraction grows when someone feels powerful in your not praised, not put on a pedestal, but when you acknowledge someone's energy, their intensity, the way they subtly pull attention without forcing it. You're giving them depth. When you say something that suggests they're dangerous in a quiet, intriguing way, you're expressing impact. You're saying they affect your focus, you're calm, and that feels very different from being told they look. What makes statements like that work is to control, almost like you're letting them in on a thought you usually keep to yourself. That creates intimacy without oversharing. And if she asks what you mean, you don't explain you smile, you keep it locked, you let her sit with it. Because once you over-explain, you remove the mystery. And mystery is where attraction lives. There are moments when chemistry already exists before anything physical or emotional happens. You feel it in the slowed conversation, in the way eye contact lasts just a bit longer than necessary. Those moments don't need to be they need to be respected. Acknowledging that tension in a controlled, respectful way shows emotional intent. It says you're aware of what's happening without being ruled by that. Balance is rare. Desire doesn't need to be loud to be. In fact, the quiet acknowledgement of desire is often more powerful than bold action. When you express that someone affects your self-control, that their presence makes it harder to stay composed, you're being honest without crossing boundaries. And honesty, when paired with control, builds trust. The mistake many people make is thinking they need to act immediately. They believe desire must lead to action or it loses value. But often the opposite is true. When you don't act right away, when you let the moment remain unresolved, it creates anticipation. Anticipation is what stays in the moment. What someone remembers isn't always what happened, it's what almost happened. The feeling that something meaningful was there, but not rushed, not forced, not consumed too. That's how emotional connection deepens naturally. When you say something meaningful and then shift the conversation instead of pushing further, you show that you're comfortable with uncertainty, and comfort with uncertainty signals inner stability. Inner stability is deeply attractive. People who are grounded don't chase reactions. They don't need constant reassurance. They allow moments to exist without trying to control them. That calm presence makes others feel safe, curious, and emotionally open. Over time, you'll notice a change. Conversations will feel deep. Silence won't feel. Eye contact will carry weight. And you won't feel the urge to prove yourself, because connection will already be forming on its own. Attraction isn't built through intensity alone. It's built through timing, restraint, and emotional awareness. When you understand that, you stop trying to perform. You simply show up fully present. And presence is rare. When someone feels truly seen, not analyzed, not chased, not overwhelmed, but felt, not because you tried to be unforgettable, but because you were genuine and grounded. The goal is never to manipulate emotions. It's to communicate honestly to express what you feel without needing an outcome. That's what gives words. Say less, mean more. Let moments breathe. Let feelings linger. Because the strongest connections aren't built through noise. They're built through quiet confidence, emotional depth, and the ability to walk away without breaking the energy you created. And when you live in that space, you don't need to chase connection. Connection finds